this league for quite some time, too. They know who Mississippi State is. They want all the smoke. The Bulldogs want all the smoke. It's the jungle, baby.
It is Mississippi State coming out wearing the maroon. Auburn wearing the home white. You ready to do this?
Let's go.
And it is the Tigers, #1 team in the country, winning the tip with Denver Jones running the show. Bruce Pearl said we will not be afraid to go inside without Janai Broome. First shot off the mark. And up and in, Chaney Johnson, first bucket.
And that's why Chaney Johnson will not relinquish when he has a mismatch. He will go in there and try to punish him.
Let's take a look at the starting five for the Bulldogs. As Auburn with a steal on the Bulldogs' first offensive possession.
Really good job by Auburn coming out, setting the tone, letting them know they will go inside. Will they go back to it as they set it up now? Denver Jones handling the ball is a upgrade for this group when he was able to go and handle the ball and not just play the two-guard spot like last year.
You hear the crowd with the shot clock. It is now at 4. Baker Mazzara gets all the way to the bucket. 4-0 Auburn start.
Yeah, you keep asking who's going to be the guy to step up for Auburn. They're going to do it as a collective unit. Everybody has been in this phase before. Can they continue it and build on it? Mississippi State, you got to get an answer right here to calm this jungle down.
A little too active there by Miles Kelly. He'll be called for the push. Auburn Tigers, their first #1 in the AP poll in 3 years. Last time, 2022. That was that team that had Jabari Smith, Walker Kessler. Yes. They were incredible. #1 for 3 weeks.
A team that was loaded, and they played like it night in and night out. This team wants to copyright that and go all the way in with it as well.
Met at the rim. What a defensive job by Dylan Cordwell as we take a look at the starting five for the Auburn Tigers. And without Janai Broome, that is Chaney Johnson getting the start. That'll be Cordwell and Johnson holding it down in the post.
Yes, and Cordwell, you will see that throughout the game. A guy that can anchor the defense. That doesn't change for him. He's been the centerpiece to anchor the defense and meet people at the rim. Just got to continue to do that and stay out of foul trouble.
Baker Mazzara lets it fly. 7-0 start now.
Knocking down. Baker Mazzara, he can fill it up from all 3 levels, man. I'm telling you, a lot of these teams, when you look at them losing a main piece like Janai Broome, they want to take that opportunity to step up and get more shots offensively.
Matthews cannot answer with his 3. Rebounding is going to be a key here tonight. A lot of white jerseys around the ball there.
Yeah, whoever has the control of the boards on both ends of the floor will likely win this game. Baker Mazzara knocking down. Woo! The jungle.
I don't even have to tell you what happened. The jungle will let you know here at Auburn.
John, I'll tell you right now, we wondered who would come out and take the bull by the horns, who wanted to step up. Chaney Johnson started with it inside, but Baker Mazzara has been on this team. He's been that piece. He's been that outside force, and now he has the opportunity to wear that crown.
You said the key word, opportunity.
Yep.
Who is going to take over tonight? And early on, it's Baker Mazzara.
Absolutely. As you see him come off the screen and roll right here, if you go under on him, everybody on Auburn's team can shoot from the outside. That swagger, you see that? That hair bouncing, that tongue wagging. Yeah, that's the jungle, people. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Baker Mazzara.
I know you can feel it at home. So if you're Mississippi State, how do you handle this early punch from Auburn?
Well, what you want to do, they've been getting shots at the rim. You want to continue to do that. You just got to make them. Mississippi State cannot lose grip of this game. This guy right here, Josh Hubbard, can bring that back in control. Claudell Harris.
Here's Harris from deep. Too strong. Offensive rebound goes to Matthews. Kick in the corner. Melendez will try. His 3 short. And a team rebounding effort from Auburn.
This is when Auburn is at their best in transition.
Oh, he thought about it. He
yes,
checked
he did.
there. Baker Mazzara has hit his last 2 threes. And he gives it up to Jones.
A little bit more attention by Claudell Harris Jr. picking Baker Mazzara up on there, too.
Baker Mazzara, as he falls into the Mississippi State bench. Kelly, his three short, and Hubbard with the board. Bulldogs looking to get on the board here in this possession. Matthews, spin move, nicely guarded there by Johnson. Harris three, rattles in as he stares down the Auburn bench, and they're like, what is up with that?
Yeah, referee talked to him right there. That's the emotions of it. You said the jungle, if you don't feel it, then you're not playing. He's playing with a pulse right now. Got to keep that under control, but you like to see that fight from Mississippi State.
And there's Hubbard getting his hand in there with the steal, one-on-one. Give me that! Denver Jones gets it back. Auburn averaging 7 blocks per game, #1 in Division I, but many of those go to Janai Broome, averaging almost 3 himself.
Yeah, and a lot of times he's cleaning it up. Cardwell can't get to it, but I promise you he may get 3 this game.
Mississippi State with the stop as Melendez brings it up to Matthews. Going by Johnson, he pinned it. Melendez, pump fake to the rim. Now that is a key we're going to have to watch during this game, because Dylan Caldwell, they do not have many big men. He just had the wall up, couldn't foul.
That's right. He went vertically and made sure he stayed there, did not put his arms down. That's an automatic foul. Great job by Dylan Caldwell right there, but great finish by Melendez. Mississippi State on the run.
Matthews trying to get the Bulldogs back into this one, down 5. Nwoko off the mark, and Kelly snatches it out of the air.
Yeah, that's a shot right there that I'm sure that you will want him to shoot if you're Auburn.
Behind the play, Baker Mazzara looked like he got poked in the face as the officials stopped play. Well, after Denver Jones lost it, he made sure he would recover on the defensive end.
Absolutely, as he didn't give up on the play. He used his body right there, went straight up, and that's a block party. No cups, no juice. You're not allowed. Get that out of here.
Before we went to break, Baker Mazzara looked like he got poked in the face. The officials here tonight, Don Daly, Owen Short, Vladimir Boyad Tadal, they went to the monitor. They said just incidental contact, nothing going. We play on here.
Don Daly, great official, lead official in this room. Officiated me too, John. So, okay. Hey, I know a little something about him. I'm going to keep in my lane over here so I don't get a tick.
Double teamed in the corner is Baker Mazzara. Off the bench, Shahad Pettiford. And an offensive board for Chaney Johnson.
The 2 guys that we asked, would they step up, taking advantage of the length of Auburn. Yes, you miss Janai Broome, but you don't drop off in length. As you see Broome getting the crowd hype from the bench.
Matthews trying to play a little bully ball in the post with Chris Moore now off the bench for Auburn. Hubbard with some space off the mark. Good board from Kelly.
Auburn pushing right here. Do they get something inside? That's drag will always be there. Pick and roll for these guys.
Johnson mid-range, and he'll be fouled. The reach-in foul called on Keyshawn Murphy for Mississippi State.
So a lot of times this is what happens in transition when you go smaller like Mississippi State has. Auburn is pushing it up. You're in a scramble as far as trying to match up. So that drag screen that they just ran with Pettiford and Chaney Johnson, the communication has to be solid. If not, you get caught in a bind in a situation where you're in a gray area. And Chaney Johnson made him pay. He's playing really aggressive coming out.
You see the numbers for Johnson as he knocks down the first free throw. Last season versus this season, how much he has improved and how much confidence Bruce Pearl has in him now this year.
That's the biggest thing. You inject confidence into this guy, and it exudes right there on the court. You see this, usually he would be a guy that's looking to pass out of that pick and roll. With Janai Broome not there, he know the opportunity is there for him to be aggressive, and he made Mississippi State pay right there.
All 14 points for Auburn have been scored by Johnson or Baker Mazzara.
Look like, John, we got that right as far as stepping up. May know a little something over here. Here we go. If you're Mississippi State, John, I would love to see them get something inside. Cam Matthews is doing a great job on the block. I'd like to see him go straight up, use those shoulders, and go and score inside.
Here's Jones Jr. caught in the air. Awkward pass to Harris Jr. His floater game is good. Harris Jr. here in his third school, spent 2 years at Charleston Southern, 1 year last year at Boston College, and you can tell he is making the most of his last go-around.
And this was a great pickup out of the portal. Claudell Harris getting a guy like Josh Hubbard some help to play off the ball, him being able to attack off the dribble, huge for Mississippi State.
7-point lead for Auburn here in this first half. Johnson, kick out, and a nice strip by Harris. 2-on-1 break for Mississippi State. Look out below. Sean Jones Jr. coming through.
Bulldogs can fly too. I didn't know they could do that with those little legs, but I tell you what, Sean Jones can get up there. Miles Kelly is a guy you got to guard in the parking lot, John. I'm telling you right now, if you give him another look like that, he will not hesitate. He will shoot.
Bedford with the shot clock winding down at 3. Leaning in, three-pointer. Is it going to be that kind of night for Auburn?
Well, I tell you what, this ain't a weekend and it ain't Sunday, so the bank is wide open for Tahad Bedford. Wow.
Murphy with the clear out. Baseline banging with Johnson. And that's just too much length. Murphy at 6'10".
John, welcome to the boom boom room. When you see that right there, backing him down, no help coming. It's you and him one-on-one, mano-a-mano. You don't give up and you don't unlock the door. Great move by Murphy there.
You said the what room?
That's the boom boom room. Yes, sir, it is. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Okay. That's what we call a tease in television world. Baker Mazzara will be fouled shooting the pull-up. Bruce Pearl, what a job he has done here at Auburn. Both times the Tigers getting to #1 in the country have come under his watch. And he said this is probably the most deserving team he has had to get to #1 because of what they have done. Beating Houston, beating Iowa State, going to play at Cameron Indoor at Duke. And he said it's not just what he has done here for Auburn, but what this team has done for the entire conference.
Yeah, he's hit it on the head. He's no one strange to creating culture, building a foundation. That's what he's come to Auburn and done, and he's the most winningest coach in Auburn's history. That continues to happen by the way he recruits. He builds into his players. And when speaking about what he's done for the SEC, you took on the big dogs that were ranked in the top 10, and you knocked them down. That second half of Auburn versus Houston, I have not seen better play this year from a team, and that right there should be commended, and that's all coming from Coach Pearl.
Auburn with a 7-point lead. We played almost 8 minutes.
Mississippi State has done great going to the paint. You saw Claudell Harris with a nice little floater. Also, Kayshawn Murphy also getting inside.
Here's Melendez from the corner. His 3 off the mark. Murphy, he has been active early on. Keeps the possession alive. Hubbard, catch and shoot. Tried to draw the foul. But guess who? Kayshawn Murphy again.
Yes, sir. Kayshawn Murphy in the right place. Josh Hubbard looked like he got smacked on the wrist. Refs letting him play. But Murphy, the activity, that's what you want to see out of him. Coach Jans has given him spirited words in order to get that engine going, and he's answered the bell today.
A huge lift off the bench for Mississippi State. Bedford with 5 on the shot clock, hand in his face, 3 off the mark, and a rebound goes to Murphy.
Great box out by Mississippi State there.
Jones Jr., the guy who had that monster dunk. Inside they go with Nwoko. Murphy, free throw line. Picked up his dribble, tough shot. But another offensive board, this one for Jones Jr.
Remember we said, John, at the beginning of the game, whoever controls the boards on both ends of the floor, a great box out defensively by Mississippi State, going down here fighting, having guards in the paint, a great offensive rebound, back-to-back buckets by Mississippi State, all coming from offensive rebound.
Baker Mazzara to the bucket. Defense backs off as he gets to the rim.
That young man right there is smooth and cool as the other side of the pillow. Baker Mazzara can get it going when he's in a rhythm like this. Got to get a stop defensively here.
A bump away from the ball. That one called on Baker Mazzara.
watch and see Sean Jones fly out of the air. In the jungle, they fly. Pettiford. I like glass. I call it. That athleticism, the want to, the engine going. Not sure if he can continue to do this. He should be an all-SEC performer. And Mississippi State needs him to make that stretch run in the conference and also in the tournament. But salute to the Damian Fishback, the Damian Fishback, for making that call.
Oh, he's always on top of things.
Yes, sir.
Coming out of the timeout, it is Auburn getting the steal.
That's a really good job right there of Auburn playing with their hands up in the air, doing a great job of not slapping down. So continue that.
Chris Jans, in his third season as head coach of Mississippi State, he's taken this team to the NCAA tournament his first 2 years, looking to make it 3 straight for the first time at Mississippi since 02-05.
Wow, a little bit different makeup for this group without Tolu Smith having a big man to anchor it, but they are able to play down low still as Cam Matthews. This is when he's dangerous.
Mississippi State has grabbed the last 6 rebounds. They're starting to get control of the boards, but it is Auburn. Nope, Pettiford couldn't get the steal. Warren off the bench. And it is tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that play right there was a scramble 50-50 ball. You got to come up with those if you want to get that edge in the game. I thought Mississippi State did a great job of not panicking, coming up with the ball. I love to see the guard Warren go in there and do a teardrop floater instead of that kick out.
Well, you can see Chris Jans, the emphasis has been going inside. Mississippi State has outscored Auburn 10-4 points in the paint over the last almost 5 minutes.
And that's how you keep this game close. Without a guy like Broom, you go in there and attack. You try to get him in foul trouble.
Flying through. Hello, R.J. Melendez.
Melendez known as a shooter, John, but if you give him a lane, that energy, he is sneaky athletic, and he showed that right there. You better put a body on him, on everybody from Mississippi State.
Pettiford, the freshman from Jersey City, New Jersey, has earned more and more playing time as this season goes on. Shot clock is at 3. Johnson did get a handle on it, launches, and a shot clock violation.
When you see the ball go up on the rim, John, it's difficult to block out from the corners. You see Melendez there, his man Pettiford, a freshman, couldn't make those mistakes. Didn't keep his eye on his man and the ball. He lost his man. Man went up there and finished it around the rim. Great job by Melendez, not sleeping.
How do you feel like Mississippi State handled the early storm and pressure from Auburn?
It easily could have folded, but that's what you get in a veteran group. And this is what Coach Jans talked about. He harped on mentally, they're a strong team just as much as they are physically.
Matthews off the mark and tipped out of bounds. We go to Auburn basketball.
Cam Matthews is great at drawing contact. The defenders, especially Dylan Caldwell, doing a great job of staying vertical. When he goes in, he's doing a lot of searching for contact. I would advise, if I was on the bench, Cam Matthews go up to score. Don't worry about the contact. The contact will happen. But if you score, that's a bonus both ways.
Mississippi State trying to blitz the ball. Denver Jones getting away and throws it off the glass.
Yeah, and give credit to Caldwell right there, carving out space, keeping his back on the guy, but Hubbard almost tried to answer right there, John.
That quick 3 in transition off the mark. As Hubbard still not on the board tonight, 0 for 3 from the floor.
If you're Mississippi State, you got to accept those shots from him, though. He is a rhythm guy. Once he gets going, he can score in bunches. It's going to be interesting to see how they get him going, but cannot try to get him going and go away from what's got you close in this game as far as going inside and attacking.
You know, Auburn is a team that averages almost 19 assists on the game, per game. They do not have a single assist tonight, as Bruce Pearl cannot believe no calls on all this reach and contact. Throwing it up. Look out, Dylan Caldwell.
Rock-a-bye, baby, Mr. Caldwell.
Matthews pinned it. Give me that. Kelly. College basketball. Yes, sir.
You show Chaney Johnson. Wow. Everybody's picking up on Chaney Johnson right now. Mississippi State got to get an answer. You talked about it with Hubbard coming out and getting it going. Janai Broome, look at him. Just relax. Ain't that the way you want to be?
He says, I know we're deep. I know how much talent this squad has.
And we're at home.
Off the inbound, it's Auburn with the steal. And off the bench, Jaheim Hudson keeps it alive. Howard, and a reach-in foul calling on R.J. Melendez.
Yeah, the physicality is there. Mississippi State is trying to take away space. Auburn continuing to try to be strong with the ball. Was able to pick up a foul because he was on the aggressive tip, not leaning back, but going forward. Howard, freshman, trying to pick it up.
Hudson with the handoff. Jones, that'll be a mid-range two. Mississippi State just 1 of 9 from beyond the arc to start this ball game. 7 minutes to play here in this first half. Murphy, spin move. And he'll get a trip to the free throw line.
And I understand that what the three-point is as a neutralizer in games, and it can get you back in them quickly. But what Mississippi State is doing on the inside right now, if you have to continue just to beat that drum, you got to keep going inside, keep this game close. It also gives you balance. The shots are going up. You know when the guys are going to go for the rebounds. You know where they are, and your defensive balance getting back after a quick shot like that. It's pretty good for Mississippi State, and they're going to need that.
Tomorrow night, right here on the SEC Network at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, Chaz Lanier, number 6 Tennessee hosts number 23 Georgia. And right after, we have the Red River rivalry between Texas and Oklahoma. I have had Georgia the last 2 games. A win over Kentucky, a win over Oklahoma. Mike White is doing something incredibly well over at Georgia right now. What he has done, getting them ranked for the first time since 2011.
Absolutely, making daily deposits, and you do that and take care of home, and you're able to go on the road and play with a little bit of house money. See what they do when they go up to Tennessee, who needs a victory after coming over Texas.
Off the screen, Denver Jones for 3.
And that's his forte right there. The man is a shooter, but being able to be a combo guard coming into this year, totally different and expanded his game.
Melendez blocked, but it's thrown out of bounds by Howard.
When you look at Auburn, the length, the athleticism that they play with, it doesn't just happen on the offensive end with dunks and high-flying offensive rebounds, defensively too. Blocking shots, everyone knowing when the ball is released, not just flying into people. Great job by Auburn defensively.
Matthews trying to get downhill. He's cut off. Harris Jr. with his man in the air, leaning in, no whistle. Bruce Pearl calling out the play. Jones using the double screen, finding a curler. Johnson left alone. He said, I'll take it and I'll make it.
Yeah, I didn't want to shoot this, but I wanted to pass it. But if you leave me open, I'll knock him down. Chaney Johnson from long range. Look at the smile on his face, though, John. The young man is loving this right here. This opportunity you don't always get, but when you make the most of it, this leads to more. This is confidence in Bruce Pearl to play him longer minutes, also to play him with different lineups. As you see him right now at the 4th spot, just enjoying his time right with his guys.
3 straight three-pointers for Auburn, opening up their largest lead of the game, up 15.
Mississippi State, I love to see them go back inside to Murphy or Cam Matthews, understanding that that will create the open looks outside.
Hubbard, can he get going? Off the mark, but he is fouled and will get to the free throw line to try to get on the board.
Great play right there out of bounds, going the length of the court. You got an elevator screen, cross screen right here coming from Murphy. Then Matthews with a down screen. Hubbard, he knows he is a scorer. He knows how to use the screens, let guys trail if he needs to go around and curl. But that man was trailing so far. He got it up, got 3 shots coming with him.
missing the first of 3. As Josh Hubbard, the sophomore for Madison, Mississippi, for his size at 5'11", one of 7 Division I players shorter than 6 feet tall to average 17 or more points per game. You know what I'm most impressed with Hubbard? Whether he's lighting it up for giving you 25, 30 a game, or he's just dishing it off, you never know what's going on because he has the same expression on his face.
That's right, and that's stoic, and that right there resonates to his teammates. Like you see a lead getting a little bit out of hand, but when you can look in your point guard's face, and he's right there understanding that, hey guys, we're okay, that goes through to the rest of the team. You just got to now be able to put this ball in the hole. This young man right here has grown up over the year. Difference last year, he would have shot a lot more. Like you said, getting guys involved, that's how you raise all the play around you.
Baker Mazzara back on the floor for Auburn. Jones with some daylight. See if Mississippi State can turn that stop into points here. Under 5 minutes to play in this first half. Harris Jr. inside into the post of Murphy. Here's where you want to see it, Ron.
Absolutely. It's a different matchup when it caught it. The big fella Cardwell is on him, but Chaney Johnson. Is the man going to have 10 blocks today? Goodness. And this is a difficult guard for anybody in the country. When Cam can get his shoulder into you, that length by Chaney is just different now.
Shot clock winding down. Hubbard. And a late whistle is called on Denver Jones, so Hubbard back to the line to shoot 3.
And it's difficult as a defender. You're trying to go straight up, but Josh Hubbard gets so much elevation on his jumper. Instinctive, you're automatically trying to reach up there and block his shot. He's so high, you're hitting the wrist. As you see, look at this elevation. It's coming off a trampoline. Denver Jones isn't a short guy. He didn't go up vertically. He leaned in just a little bit, but it's so hard when you have a guy like you just talked about his size 5'10". Hubbard, it's tough not to swat down on him and think you can block his shot.
He led all freshmen in the SEC last season, averaging 17.1 points per game. And he has backed it up here with an impressive sophomore season already.
And Hubbard understands that in order for this to be a game in Mississippi State to try to come out on top, to have that battle, he has to be able to deliver. And as you see them go to a bit of a 2-3 extended full court press.
Cardwell calling for it in the post. Instead, pull-up jumper, Kelly short. 10-point lead for Auburn. Running the floor and blocked by Cardwell. Bruce Pearl said Dylan Cardwell is the best defensive center, not just in the SEC, he said in the entire country.
Yeah, and that's one of the games that you got to watch with Cardwell. Not only will he block shots, but the impact that he has on guys like Sean Jones right there going in and thinking that he was about to attack. Saw Cardwell, there was a little bit of hesitation right there. And he plays without fouling. When he does that, he is up for Defensive Player of the Year. Not only in the conference, but in the nation.
He's picking up his dribble, looking for some help. Swatted. That was a volleyball block from Dylan Cardwell.
Block party. Cardwell knows how to defend that rim. You know one thing about it, Janai Broome, as he meets him coming off the court, they are missing him. But one thing they're not missing is the tenacity. And who brings it? Dylan Cardwell, the captain of the Eagles. What now?
Hey, this is the beginning. Hey, look at me, I'm
leading his bunch. The other guy, Florida, they coming down the path and they want all the smoke. Walter Clayton Jr. is leading those guys. Those would be my guys right now for SEC Player of the Year outside of Janai Broome. Good question, Fish.
It is Auburn with the steal as Pettiford brings it up. Johnson with his back to the basket, through the contact and in.
It's something different when you're playing with confidence. You see that first bucket go in, the confidence grows, and Chaney's playing with it on both ends of the floor.
11 points for Johnson, already over his season average. Harris trying to make something happen off the bounce, foot on the line. And Baker Mazzara tapping it to his teammate.
Offense a little stagnant for Mississippi State. Great job defensively by Auburn.
Oh, how did he get that one to go with the English from Baker Mazzara?
Who put some jelly on that roll right there? Kissing that off the glass like that. The young man Baker Mazzara, did you drop a quarter in the tank? Wow.
I think he would have given you an H in horse on that one.
Absolutely. You know what? I would have took my letter and went on to the next play.
Jones coming through, and he has the answer as Mississippi State cuts the lead down to 12.
Good answer right there by Sean Jones to be able to stop the bleeding from Mississippi State. Now you come back defensively. You got to get a stop in order to build on this. The momentum must shift at some point. It's difficult in the jungle, though.
Cardwell finds his partner. Got it! Chaney Johnson have a ball game.
Wow. The definition of the dunker spot right there. Cardwell and Chaney Johnson playing together. This is nothing foreign to them.
And Hubbard will draw the whistle. All right, here's that horse play that you said you're just not even going to try to attempt.
Yeah, I'm cool on this. When I see him coming down the lane like this, and then you see the body bump control, I put a little spin on that bad boy. That's a Pop-Tart strudel. You just make that up right there. But see, I'm looking like he is, but you don't wait. Right here, the ball doesn't touch the floor. You know where your teammates are. Ooh, that's 6'11" right there, Chaney Johnson, stretching out.
I know we asked who was going to step up. Did you expect this kind of response from Auburn as a team?
No, I did not. And let me say why. Because you understand the guard play for these guys. It can be anybody, any night. Pettiford, Miles Kelly. It could be Denver Jones. But for the bigs to go out there and protect the basket the way they're doing, also going inside and finishing easy buckets inside, you haven't missed a beat so far. And it's the energy that they're playing with.
2 minutes to play here in this first half.
Defensively, Mississippi State, I'd love to see what they do to counter some of these pick and rolls. That's where they're making the money at if you're looking at Auburn.
Baker Mazzara, double team, high, and it goes in over the arms of Keyshawn Murphy.
Okay, John, I'm going to have to start to ask, are we playing horse? Because that shot right there was similar to the spin off the glass. The jump stop fading and leaning towards the baseline over two defenders. Cut it out, Baker Mazzara. Cut it out.
Over a 6'10" defender.
Like, this is what they hang their hat on. Defense, Mississippi State.
See if Mississippi State can go on a run to close this gap before we get to the half. Baker Mazzara got his hand in there, poked away, and it's a steal for Kelly. As Matthews says, no dunks tonight.
Yeah, really good clean play, good hustle right there by Cam Matthews, not to give up an easy bucket. Could have easily backed up, being down by 14. You could have said, you know what, I'll give that up. Let's take it out and get back down the other way. There's no quit in this Mississippi State Bulldog team. Great hustle by him. Great job by Miles Kelly to push it ahead.
And I like to your point, clean, right?
Yes.
Making a basketball play, just a hustle there to draw the foul.
Absolutely. Go to the ball. You didn't go after his legs or anything like that. You were under control. That's just great hustle. You'll accept that any time of the day. And that's who he is. We talk about Defensive Player of the Year. When you look at Cardwell, on the opposite end of that, in Mississippi State, Cam Matthews is a guy that should be knocking on the door and getting that recognition as well.
Kelly makes the first of two at the free throw line for Auburn. How about the job he has done on the glass? 7 rebounds already for Kelly in this first half.
That's tough at the guard spot. A collective effort. This is nothing strange or foreign to Bruce Pearl. They missed Denied Room earlier in the year. so they also knew how they had to supplement and get guys going. As you see, the #1 cheerleader in the nation, who's the player in the nation, Janai Broome, getting this crowd ready.
Matthews has the clear out. His teammates say you can take it if you want it.
We're going to need Cam Matthews to be a little bit more aggressive as well.
Pettiford with the theft. Auburn trying to push the pace. Didn't have the number, so pulls it out.
Great job by Pettiford. You can still go for a 2-for-1 right here. Look for him to get a little pick and roll action. Here we go. Caldwell and Baker Mazara.
Baker Mazara uses the screen, poked out of bounds by Matthews, 10 on the shot clock.
And there's that guy again, Matthews. I'm telling you, when you look at defense, he is a Swiss Army knife right there. Being able to step out and understand to play with your hands, active hands, on the ball. Great job deflecting right there on Baker Mazara.
Bruce Pearl wants a timeout to talk things over and get a good possession with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. As we take a look at what Chad Baker Mazara and Chaney Johnson have done tonight in the absence of Janai Broome.
I mean, that's tough to come by. When you look at a guy 18 and 10, 18 and 11 is what Janai Broome gives you. Chad Baker Mazara and Chaney Johnson not only going to get their average, but adding on top of it, letting the guys know, hey, big fella, we got you. You get healthy, we'll get you together. Great percentage, shooting efficiently and not forcing anything, just playing in the flow of the game.
And then defensively, it has been a block party on that end of the floor. Auburn, everybody getting involved.
Yeah, Auburn is out there. They're checking the wristbands to see if they can get in the party. And they're saying no when they get to the door. Mississippi State, you cannot come in. This is a block party. Goodness gracious.
All right, so no wristbands. How about a headband?
Oh, yeah, with the headbands on deck. I think they'll come out in the second half for sure.
Out of the timeout, Pettiford to the rim off the mark. What do you want to see out of Mississippi State here to end this half?
Mississippi State, I want to see them hold for one shot. Don't give Auburn another opportunity. Right here, I would love to see a little pick and roll. They've been doing a lot of handoffs, and Auburn's been switching.
Matthews trying to go with 12 on the shot clock off the rim. Murphy keeping it alive, drawing all the attention, but he walked with it.
That's tough there. That was a great job by Auburn to come and collapse the paint. Once he got the ball, he didn't see anything but white jerseys when you look at Murphy working so hard on the offensive glass.
Now, you wanted Mississippi State to run down the clock.
Yes.
There's still 12 seconds left to end this first half.
And that's a whole lot of time for Auburn, who loves to be able to get their shooters involved. They like to have action by the big man diving to the rim after the pick and roll. But also, if you don't go help, if you do go help on the lob, I guarantee the weak side will be wide open for a three. Zone by Mississippi State.
Baker Mazara calling for it. Straight on. 3 ball. That's how we end the first half here at Auburn.
Baker Mazara knocking down.
Oh, showing the moves.
Okay, footwork. I got footwork.
If you had any doubt in the talent and the depth in Auburn, how about this statement first half from the Tigers?
Auburn came out, they threw the punch first. Now you need to see a counter coming out in the second half. Fist back.
It looks like he's ready to go off the top rope. I thought that was a WWE promo or something.
Yeah, that looked like a mix right there. A little Macho Man. Shout out to him. I don't know what it was. WWE. It's time to play the game and all of that mixed into one. The coconut bra, that was the nice touch. Okay, I guess when you're in the jungle, you got to be protected. He's protected.
Big Slay. How did you do that with a straight face?
Hey, man, listen, I've had some wild times in my life. You know? I am a former college SEC student as well, so I've seen a couple of things like this.
If you are a college basketball fan,
yes,
put Neville Arena on the list of venues to come watch a basketball game. This is a special place.
Do yourself justice. There is no place like this in the country because of a confined space. They get 10,000 in here, and they are raucous. You can feel them down on you. They created a great culture by having the students around the floor. You feel every vibration.
That went off the leg of Howard. So it's going to be Mississippi State basketball.
Really good right there by Mississippi State, kind of zoning up defensively, made Auburn slow up. As you see, they went to the bench. You have some guys coming in on the wing, but you still have your mainstays in Pettiford and also Miles Kelly out there.
Matthews picking up his dribble. Backdoor cut, Hubbard. He still cannot get a field goal tonight.
Great pass right there by Melendez. Great job by Hubbard moving without the ball. Just got to see it go in.
Melendez will track it down for Mississippi State as the outlet is to Matthews. Murphy says we got to switch the floor. Now he goes swooping in and will draw a whistle on Cardwell.
Tough call right there. Caldwell got matched up against Murphy, and Murphy caught the ball on the move. Great screen right there by Hubbard. Caldwell tried to go underneath to cut him off. Bad angle, disadvantage for Auburn. Great job for Mississippi State. Got to see more of that from Murphy and Cam Matthews, looking to attack instead of dribbling, looking for the handoff.
Women's basketball takes over the SEC Network every Thursday. And this Thursday, number 15 Tennessee hosts Mississippi State in Knoxville. It's at 7 Central, 6 Eastern. 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Then Ole Miss hosts freshman sensation Liv McGill and Florida at the Pavilion.
Got to give yourself a chance if you're Mississippi State. Those freebies, you need those to go.
Mississippi State 10 of 14 from the free throw line tonight. As Pettiford, the freshman, back in running the point for Auburn, gets by his man, and the reach and foul on Jones Jr.
And you don't expect that from a freshman, but savvy Pettiford, he felt Sean Jones' arm in there, caught up, and he kind of grabbed it a little bit. That's a veteran play that you usually see by professionals. Pettiford, man, light years ahead of his age right now and playing with the IQ of not just a freshman, but a really, really good point guard for Auburn.
Bruce Pearl told us today that his dad told Tahad that he had to play with the older guys when he was growing up, so he knows what it's like to be the smaller, younger guy on the floor. Howard spotting up, missing the three.
Absolutely. He understands that. I had a chance to talk with him. I asked him, what would you add to his game? He said, I'm not worried about his offense. I just need him to continue to play some defense out there.
Backdoor cut, and Harris Jr. will finish.
Backdoor cuts have seemed to be open. Auburn being caught up on those screens, trying to switch. Mississippi State getting freed up just a little bit. Hubbard missed his layup, but you saw Claudel Harris make his. They have to add to that.
He leads the way for Mississippi State. He's got 9 points. Johnson, everything going tonight.
Yeah, that's just rhythm right there. The way Chaney Johnson has been playing, you can't give him that type of space.
17 points for Chaney Johnson. Mississippi State trying to set up a dribble handoff here. Instead, it's Matthews spotting up. Mississippi State is 1 for 15 from downtown tonight.
And Mississippi State is much improved from last year. You look at what they were able to do defensively, and you add it to their offense this year. What were they going to be like if Hubbard was bottled up a little bit? This happened in this game, and they can't find their offense right now.
Getting his own miss off the block is Miles Kelly.
If you're not careful, this game can get a little bit away from you if you're Mississippi State. Here we go.
Watch out, Pettiford! Oh, baby, with the windmill!
Wow.
Big Slay said, watch out, and you were right.
I'm telling you right now, I don't know if he was getting ID'd to get into the club at the rim, but he sure pulled it out his pocket. As you see him shoot the lane right here, and then he said, okay, I need to get in. Let me pull this out of my back pocket. Walk in the air, Pettiford. Wow.
If you don't know, now you know.
John, I'm telling you, there's not much that shocks me with the athlete of today But that young man, I did not expect that, for him to get off the floor and do that. Wow. One dribble into a windmill. Look at the switching by Auburn. The attention to detail. They can smell it.
Harris Jr. shot clock at 2 with Kelly draped on him, and he'll get the whistle.
Got a little body right there from Kelly while Claudell Harris didn't settle. Got to the basket.
So we just saw Dylan Cardwell limp off to the bench. He is getting some attention, and that Auburn front line already a little thin with Janai Broome out with an ankle injury indefinitely.
As you see Cardwell over there hydrating, I wouldn't doubt if that's just a cramp from the big fella. He's playing minutes that not necessarily he needs to play or hasn't played over the season. So this is just a little hydration point, getting back involved in it, and he'll be all right. I'm sure the big fella come back in. Look at that sweat pouring off of him. That's a workman's day. Give him some workman's comp over there. Go to work, Cardwell.
Now the other injury on the other side for Mississippi State, Riley Kugel. He was in shoot-around today. He was going to give it a go, a game-time decision with his ankle injury, but he did not dress tonight for Mississippi State. Another body sorely missed on the floor.
Absolutely. A guy that's had some success against Auburn. As you see Pettiford with a nice kiss off the glass, having his way, but Kugel is a guy that adds to the dimension outside. That scoring punch that you need that helps Hubbard, that's Kugel sitting on the bench as well.
Johnson now 17 points, 7 rebounds. Anytime an Auburn player goes to the bucket, you think it's about to be showtime.
Absolutely. Had Jabari Smith Jr. a couple of years ago. Hey, man, it's rich down here, boy, and they understand the talent is here, and you got to continue to feed the product, and they are doing that.
How about the game to end the regular season? Auburn here.
Yes.
I mean, Alabama here at Auburn.
That's going to be something to see. I'll guarantee if things play out the way they're supposed to, it should be SEC championship implications on the line.
How about a little hesitation dribble getting to the cup for the freshman, Tahad Pettiford?
And see, that's where Auburn gets you. You start to focus on what Caldwell and Baker Mazar and Johnson are doing inside, then it opens up for guys like Pettiford, Miles Kelly, and Denver Jones to get on the attack.
Melendez trying to get a strong drive, no good off the glass. Down to the deck is Chris Moore as he is helped back to his floor. And a 3 rattled in for Tahad Pettiford.
Wow.
Block called. How about the range?
If you watch Pettiford, look at these rhythm dribbles. He's bouncing. He's got that bounce in his step. This right here, you're back. On a shooter, Melendez, you got to understand who you are. You got to step up on who you're guarding. You give a guy like that a look and the rhythm that he's in, you're in trouble. He made him pay.
Now, he was called for that block, but he has scored the last 9 points for Auburn. Now up to 12 points on the ball game. What kind of a statement is this game sending to the rest of the SEC?
Well, I tell you what, Auburn is to be reckoned with, regardless of Janai Broome is there or not. The depth that they came into the season with, they brought back. It is evident, and it's on display right now. The guards have been added.
No looker from Pettiford, stripped away. Here come the Bulldogs. Melendez. They will find it back to him in the corner, inside to the post now. Nwoka, and he puts it in.
That was a good job right there, taking his time, knowing that he had a mismatch. There was a smaller guy on him, but super athletic. Took his time, put that shoulder in his chest, and easy bucket. You see Mississippi State changing up their defense a little bit, zoning up right now.
And Moore with the soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, communication has to be at an all-time high if you're Mississippi State and you're going to play zone. Auburn passes the ball too well to not protect the basket.
Johnson rolling up as Matthews with a scoop shot gets it to go. That is his first field goal of the night, 1 for 9 from the floor.
John, I'll accept that all day long. I would need to see more of that. You know your guy Hubbard is kind of bottled up. You are the next guy. You are the leader of this team. You are doing a great job of trying to get others involved, but we need you to put the ball in the hole as well. Notice the communication here for Mississippi State. There's a lot of point going on, which puts you at a disadvantage when defending.
Pettiford met at the rim. Good stop by Mississippi State. Now it's Matthews, and miscommunication as Melendez was cutting.
And that's what I'm saying right there with Cam Matthews. Too good of a player to not, when you get that close to the rim, not shoot. You got to kiss that bad boy off the glass and understand that they need you to score. It's okay to get guys involved when you have a lead or you have the offense flowing. They need buckets right now. You're getting stops defensively. You need buckets as they change up to a little 2-2-1 press.
You've played in environments like this. How does your communication change when it's so loud in the building with a scoop shot to go for Howard?
Man, you got to be moved at the hip, and it's all coming from practice details. You can't get caught up in the score. You're score watching right now trying to get back in one play. It's not going to happen that way.
Johnson called for the foul, thought he had the block as Hubbard will get to the free throw line.
And this is an opportunity. You ask me, how do you play? You get every opportunity on the dead ball. You need to huddle to make sure everybody's on the same page. Mississippi State kind of not doing that right now, kind of letting the game get away from them. They also got to pull in, man. This is a veteran bunch. They'll be okay. You got to understand, this can't lead over to the next game, but you can take the momentum the way you end this game into the next game.
Josh Hubbard, all of his points coming from the free throw line tonight as Dylan Cardwell back into the ball game for Auburn. Hubbard sinks another. He is 9 of 10 from the free throw line with 9 points.
Mississippi State trying to slow him down. See if they drop back into a zone after this 2-2-1 press.
Pettiford trying to set up his man. Step back 3 off the mark. Warren with the board. Trying to go coast to coast. Hubbard, corner 3. There's his first field goal.
There it is. And a great job of him filling the lane, getting to the open spot. Great job by Warren pressing the ball also. We said Mississippi State coming out in the second half needed to run to get some easy looks. That right there, they need more of.
21-point lead for Auburn now. Howard. Let's see if Hubbard can get going now for Mississippi State.
Got to continue to build.
Warren. Melendez backside rebound, and he will be fouled on the floor.
Melendez has done a phenomenal job on the boards, coming on the weak side and leaning his big body and his frame on him. Going to work offensively, give him opportunities.
We will step aside, and Big Slay, he's going to step aside as well. Go back into the you are a brave man.
Wish me luck. The jungle, baby! I'm in the jungle! You gotta feel it! Do we feel it? Oh, here we go! Come on, people!
You know, I was nervous when he was opening his jacket. I thought he was going to pull out the coconut bra, but it was just the headband. Big Slay, a man of the people. Oh. 20-point lead for the Auburn Tigers with under 8 minutes to play here in the second half. As Todd Pettiford, the freshman, continues a stellar job running the show. Gets by Matthews. Denver Jones off the head fake. And a foul on the rebound as Moore sent to the deck.
All right, y'all, listen, I had to go around the jungle. The Lions and the Tigers was in Bears with up there, but I found a tiger named Auburn. How you feeling out here? You hear that? You hear that? Now, wait a minute. Jungle, make some noise! They don't stop. I'm telling you, the people don't stop. They don't stop. Coconut Man, get over here. What are we doing, Coconut
this turned into? Melendez with the scoop shot, as he is now in double figures with 10 points. Auburn 1 for their last 6 from the floor. Inside they go to the big guy, Cardwell, with the hook shot and the soft touch. It rolls in. Hubbard, pull-up 3-ball. Let's see if he can pick up his offense, his second field goal of the night here, as we welcome Big Slay back to the booth with the headband on.
Man. Yeah, man, the activity is real up there in the jungle. People, I wanted y'all to know, if you happen to come to Neville Arena, be careful, man. These people are relentless up there. They almost tore my jacket off. I said, hold on, I'm a part of y'all. Be cool. Aubrey, come save me.
Cardwell, and a reach-in foul on Matthews.
You know what's funny? The energy matches, John. When you look at exactly what the way they play on the floor, it's wild but tame in a sense, the way Auburn plays. They know what they want to get to. The method of it seems crazy, but the energy that they feed off of is exactly what's going on in the crowd. It's wild and crazy. That made me put my headband on just to fit in. I said, I don't feel right just being out here as a normal human being. I need to be a little wild too. You got guys running around with coconuts on. I don't know what to do.
What Bruce Pearl has done for basketball here at Auburn is nothing short of incredible. He has transformed this community. Pre-game, as soon as he stepped on the floor, a standing ovation here at Neville Arena.
That's who he is, man. Everywhere he goes, his energy is infectious. And the reason being, he pulled himself up by his bootstraps and went and made a foundation. Everywhere he went, whether it be George Mason, Tennessee, now here at Auburn. And to understand just what the history was, he wanted to take it a step further. I was able to play against legendary coach in Cliff Ellis when he was here. And his teams that he had, the Chris Porters, Damian Fishbacks, the list goes on and on. For them to be able to go and rekindle this, it is a different atmosphere here now. A new arena, and you got to build up of a foundation of a national championship-like program. They just need the banner to hang.
Coming into tonight, they had 62 consecutive home sellouts. You would expect another one here tonight. Cardwell couldn't finish at the rim, and Mississippi State now with numbers. Melendez running the floor. It's Hubbard pulling up, rimming out. But a foul inside on the rebound. You got to give Melendez credit. Even with this score, he has not given up and continued to hustle and draw fouls.
No, he hasn't, and that's the fight that Coach Jans wants his guys to play with. He's a guy, even though he was not able to get the rebound, threw his body into a guy and knowing that Auburn was going to try to box out, and also give credit to Hubbard, knowing that Melendez was not going to give up, pulling up from three, giving his players a chance to go get it off the rim. That's how they're built. That's how they'll continue.
Melendez started his career at Illinois, spent last year at Georgia, and now stayed in the SEC, transferring to Mississippi State. And Coach Jans really feels like he's getting the most out of him here this season.
Yeah, absolutely, man. When you see guys like that, he goes and handpicks these guys and understand that I can free you up. Now, what you were at, where you were at first, it may not have fit in your system, but my system will work because we'll adapt it and cater to you in a sense.
Mississippi State on a 15-2 run ever since Big Slay went into the jungle. Johnson, and Cardwell cleans up the mess at the rim.
Cardwell went up there, paused in the air, waited to see what the ball was going to do, then touched it and dunked it. Wow, big fella.
5 minutes to play here at Auburn.
So, John, would you call me good luck or bad luck going into Mississippi State?
Oh, Murphy, watch out!
Hello, Mr. Rim. Meet Mr. Murphy.
Mississippi State's fans are probably yelling for Ron Slay to go back into the jungle right now because the Bulldogs are down by 13. As a reach-in foul called against Mississippi State, Melendez.
Yeah, that was right there, getting a little handsy right here. As you saw Melendez looking at the crowd. And listen.
Oh, he said a few choice words to the jungle. I'm not going to repeat them.
No, I'm going to tell you one thing. I told you when I came out of there, it gets wild in the jungle. It starts to affect you a little bit. But Melendez is a veteran. He understands. This is competitive greatness kicking in a little bit. Just understand it. I want to talk back, have a little talk with the people as well. So, got to stay under control, though, knowing that you're fighting to get back in this game.
It's only a 13-point game.
Yes.
This one is not over with just under 5 minutes to play.
Exactly what that community means and the way they rally together. If there's anyone that can do that, it is them. The City of Angels, they will come together. They've done it before, had other problems that happened, and this is one thing about it, man. The nation watches, and the nation also is a lending nation, praying nation as well.
Jones, a guy who may not get talked about as much, but the transition he has made, turning himself into a combo guard, not just a shooter, a defender, can play multiple positions for this team.
Yeah, and that's something that can keep you on the floor. Bruce Pearl needs that, especially when he was bringing a young guy like Pettiford in. You need somebody to kind of, mentor him and let him play behind where it's not so much responsibility on him. Denver Jones is that guy, and he accepted that role and really worked in the offseason.
Will be bumped by Warren.
See Mississippi State right here in this last 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Expect them to take a couple of more chances as far as getting active hands, trying to swipe at the ball, to create some turnovers, to get some easy buckets. Auburn, on the other hand, this is great practice for them as far as being strong with the ball, learning to put teams away when you have a guy like Janai Broome that's sitting out. When the games get down into the moments of this, who's going to be the guy handling the ball? Right now, it looks like Denver Jones.
When you think about the story of this game, it was Janai Broome, unable to play, out with an injured ankle, out indefinitely. But then as this game has gone on, players for Auburn left and right have stepped up. But Mississippi State, the cold shooting from the outside, 3 for 22, another big storyline here tonight.
Yeah, that hurt them coming out and missing those shots. Auburn was getting those rebounds, getting out running, getting the momentum on their side, and it was different.
There is Matthews to the rim as Cordwell bending over. Looks like he took a shot.
Josh Hubbard setting the screen right there. That's a big man for him to be setting the screen on, but he stood in there, freed up Cam Matthews. Hopefully both fellas are all right.
So the officials will stop play and take a look at this one. What do you see here?
That's interesting. Looked like Denver Jones was trying to trail, thinking he was going to get a down screen, kind of pushed Hubbard into him. Not sure. It looked like incidental contact with Jones pushing him in. I wonder what they're taking a look at.
So the quick review from Don Daly and Owen Short. And it looks like we will have a play on here.
Yeah. Nothing right there out of the ordinary of the game, playing basketball. You just had a guy that was trying to stay with a shooter. When you're Denver Jones, you want to stay on the hip of Josh Hubbard. Hubbard going to set the back screen, got a little off balance, ran into Cardwell, and good job by this officiating crew to look at it and get on out of the play and get back to the game.
A 15-point lead for Auburn with 4:08 to play in this second half. He said Mississippi State would be a little more aggressive, take some chances. Let's see if they can get something going defensively.
As you see, they tried to foul Cardwell and send him to the line. Referees didn't notice it.
Jones, step back. That's a deep two in the face of Hubbard.
See, and you expect Auburn to kind of play to run the clock out, but Denver Jones has something else on his mind, playing to play the game and continue to score.
And then it's Kelly with the steal as Auburn can run some clock.
This lead starting to balloon. You had it down to 13 for a second back. Now it's a 17 points. Mississippi State, they will continue to keep fighting. I know it, Coach Jan's team.
You know what changed, right? Kelly.
Knocking down. Victory for Miles Kelly. John, when you look at the change, what was it that changed?
I think you got a headset back on.
They didn't even with the mic in my hand to make it a game.
Hubbard, pull-up three. Melendez, another backside rebound, stripped away by Baker Mazzara.
Really battling.
Caldwell! Oh, yeah! He's feeling good!
Caldwell, put the cape on next time. Let us know Superman entered the building.
Jones with a little push off. Step back, three ball. That would have brought the house down.
That would have did it. That would have did it right there.
Melendez now will pull up his shot off the mark, but a push in the back called on Kelly.
Yeah, right there, Miles Kelly. Just a slight little push, but good job by Murphy going to the basket for the offensive rebound. Anybody can handle the ball when it comes to Auburn, but they can shoot it like Miles Kelly. Wait a minute, who you calling? I'm calling Mr. Caldwell. Drop out the roof. Bang, bang. Blow over this, man. Don't do this to me. Woo! The energy is something different.
The students lined up for days. Your man told you sleeping on the cold, hard concrete
Yes,
to be ready for this one tonight.
Yes, he did. But this is what you expect when Bruce Pearl has transformed this program. The second time they've been #1 ever in the history. They're acting like it. And guess what? I'm totally with it. They got something free.
That's two mid free throws.
The people got something free.
I don't know what, but they are happy about it.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
This is the 155th all-time meeting between Auburn and Mississippi State. Just the third time.
And I always said I would never say that. But that's the only thing that relates to this situation right now. Yes, I'm the old guy. Yeah, absolutely. But I can still wear a headband. I ain't seen nobody with a headband in 1959. I was slacking a little bit.
Denver Jones back to the free throw line. The only time this place has been quiet tonight.
That's the only time. That may be the only time all season is when they go to the free throw line. These people can't control themselves, and I love every minute of it. You know what, too, John? When you walk away from this game and you look at the score, you start to scratch your head and wonder, who is Mississippi State? And I don't think it should be in question. I think it's a testament to the league, how difficult it is to win on the road. You just take care of home, and you got something. It's a guarantee. Coming off a loss, as Claudia Harris leans into Baker Mazzara, great job positioning. But you come off that loss to Kentucky thinking you can get back. You go and face not just an average team out of the top 25, but a team that's #1 in the country.
Chad Baker Mazzara helping out the officials there with the call.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when you're in a groove like they are today, the way he started this game, I'll accept a little help too if I'm an official.
Baker Mazzara leaning in.
telling you, he's in a rhythm. Auburn's in a rhythm right now.
He now has a season-high 20 points.
Well, it looks like it out there. I'm going to tell you that. And it's all impactful and efficient.
Melendez gets his own miss with the putback. And Melendez not quitting. He's got 15.
No quitting this bunch. They understand what it is. They played this team as Bruce Pearl is clearing the bench, giving guys opportunities that have been in practice. You love to see it. John, if I was able to sneak over there, take my jacket off, I have a white shirt on, maybe take the towel, put the headband on, anything, Bruce will let me go.
You want to try it?
Think I can steal a couple of minutes?
I'll hold your headset.
You'll hold it?
I'll hold it for you.
Now I'm going to have to go back to the old school rules like when my mom used to play when they played Rover in the women's game. I may not be the Rover. I'm going to stay on one side of the floor. I'm telling you about the history of the game right now, John. I'm going to be right there laying back in the history.
1 minute to play here at Auburn. As Mississippi State will get the turnover. The Tigers don't know how long they'll be without their best player, Johni Broome. But everyone did a little extra to step up tonight in his absence.
Absolutely.
A backcourt violation over and back on Harrison Alexander.
John, you talked about this bunch needing to get a win at home because they're going on the road. They got Georgia up next, who's been able to protect home court. You've had Georgia twice. This will be a team, when you talk about taking advantage on the inside, Asa Newell, Surreal. Yeah, Georgia got something inside.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Now, I know there's nowhere like the jungle, but Stegman is another different place this year. They have taken it to another level.
I've never seen Georgia rocking like that since I played. That was 03 when they had Jarvis Hayes, Ezra Williams, and all those guys.
It is so loud, you cannot hear the whistle.
I wanted to say, jump ball, jump ball. I wanted to be like Baker Mazar and help the officials out. I wasn't sure if they saw it, but they were blowing their whistle. Great hustle by Auburn and the guys coming off the bench getting their opportunity.
Little man wearing the big hat.
Yes, indeed.
Murphy with 2 on him. He's had a strong night off the bench.
Yes, he has. He was aggressive this game. He's got to continue that. This game right here is not who Mississippi State is. This is who Auburn is, though. You take this feather in the cap, you put it, you move on, forget about this game, and know who you can be moving forward. Defensively, you were engaged. Offensively, everybody contributed. You got to continue to build.
The #1 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, with a statement win without their best player, Johni Broome. 88-66 is our final. For Ron Slay, I'm John Schriffen. Thanks for joining us in Auburn. We send it now to Arkansas and LSU.